All right, guys. So today I've had a bit of a rough day with my place, and it actually flooded today. So the ceiling was flooded, and what happened was it leaked all over my desktop, which is a core boot desktop I was building, and hopefully I'll be able to recover that. And then also it leaked all over my battery drawer. So I have a bunch of brand new batteries that I purchased over the years. Some of these are the original Lenovo batteries. So, I am a bit stressed out about it, but I thought I'd take advantage of the moment to just show you what I was doing to check them out and how to handle the situation. So, if you ever deal with a flood and your electronics or your batteries get wet, what I would first recommend is don't use them. Don't use them until they're fully dried out. Maybe place them in a bag of rice, as I am getting ready to set up bags of rice with these. For example, this is a tablet battery for X220T, X230T. It is an original Lenovo, a true, not a knockoff Lenovo battery. So I need to make sure it's still offering power. See, what happens is these batteries are smart batteries. So what that means is they actually will lock on you if something goes wrong. So if it's damaged in some way, the battery will be, or if it's in danger of exploding, it's supposed to lock. So it's for a lot of different safety reasons, they have these BMS built into the modern day smart batteries. And it's unfortunate that that can happen to me sometimes, but thankfully so far the ones I've checked seem good. But I'm not using them to power on and I'm not charging them yet because that would add additional risk to those batteries. And I want to try and salvage all I can because we're talking about a ton of money here that I am potentially losing on this flood. Really concerned about it, of course, so I'm going to show what I'm doing. I'm going to use this meter. You can actually grab this right on AliExpress. That's where I grabbed it. It was on sale for like 10 bucks, and I couldn't say no. I already have two other multimeters, so now I have three, but this one's nice. It has a little clip for your belt or whatever, and it's all in one. It's also a smart multimeter, so what that means is when I turn it on, it's on auto mode. It's going to detect different types of readings and display the results for you. So this could actually help people who aren't as familiar with multimeters and the settings on that multimeter. You can check fuses, you can check, different things that you need to check. And it's all in a handy little handheld, all in one piece. There's no thing to lug around. You can keep this right on your belt. Anyways, let's go ahead and check this battery just as an example of what I've been doing, checking these batteries. And the ones that are still good, I'm throwing in a bag of rice to try and dry out the moisture. To try and salvage as many as I can, because I am not kidding. I have many tens of batteries that got potentially wet. So, big deal because I bought them brand new and it cost quite a bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the reading and just see what it says. So what you want to do with a multimeter, if you ever want to read a battery, you've got a plus on this side and you have a minus over here. So what you want to do is take the black end and stick that in the minus side. You stick the red side in the positive because black is negative and the red is positive. So let's go ahead and give it a read. So I've turned it on and I need to make sure it has a reading. Now, if it's locked, it won't show anything. There we go. Okay. See? So it's still working. This battery is still working, thankfully. And this is one you can't buy anymore. This battery is a mint condition, brand new Lenovo tablet battery. You cannot buy this, not the authentic ones. There's tons of counterfeits out there, but this one I got with the holographic box and everything. This was verified as authentic. So definitely would have been concerned if I lost this one because they are high quality batteries. And I have other high quality batteries as well, but this one is one I definitely didn't want to lose. I have others like it, and then I have some other batteries as well. So let's go ahead and just take a look at some of my favorite laptops. I thought I would take advantage of the moment to show you guys how to check your battery. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this battery, I'm going to stick it in a bag of rice along with all the other ones that I verified are fine. And so I'm going to try and pull any moisture out of them because I had to physically dry these off. And I'm not going to be obviously using them for quite a while because of that. Thankfully, I had another stash of dry batteries that I don't have to worry about, but these I'm just trying to salvage. So these are some of my favorite Thinkpad models over the years. I figured I'd show you guys. I'm also going to show you where I got the flood at. So we have This one over here is an X230T. As you can see, it's in excellent condition. This one is a nice one here, and it's running Linux Mint at the moment. Then we have over here, we have a T430. This is one of my favorite models. In fact, the last 5 years of videos were all done on the same T430 without having any issues. Super reliable, as are all these classic ThinkPads. Now, what we have here is a nice W541. Here's a nice one here. Fix the focus on it. But yeah, this is a W541. Very powerful, has up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, comes with a quad core. Doesn't always have a quad core though, so keep that in mind. But the CPU is upgradable, so thankfully there is an option to upgrade it even if it doesn't come with a quad core. Now over here, what do we have? Well, we have the X220T. This is also another one. I've also did a Cubes installation video using this same exact model type. So this is an X220T. Now keep in mind, if you're interested in installing cubes, not all X220Ts are going to be compatible. It needs to have more than just simple virtualization options. It has to have VTD and everything else. So then over here, what do we have here? We have one I actually customized. It's actually a T420, and this T420 actually has a IPS screen upgrade, a 1080p by 1920 screen upgrade. So really cool screen. As you can see from the angles, it actually is clear. Now, if you look at some of the original screens, which I don't even know, I think all these are IPS at the moment. And we also have the W530. This is my main machine right now. Really love it. It's like the big brother of the T430. So the T430 comes with a dual core. Now the W530 comes with a quad core. So this is a great option if you can get one. The thing is, they are known to have a bit of a design flaw in the power, but it's still a great machine. So if you wanted the most reliable, I would suggest a T430. And I say that, a T430 or even a T420. Now, even though they are older, they still perform excellent. I mean, these machines really do have great performance for Linux. So if you want to use Linux, now Windows, you might have an issue just because it's such a heavy thing. But, you know, Linux you can run super fast. I also upgraded this to a quad core as well. So this is a T420 with a quad core as well. So it is a powerful computer just the same. Very powerful, 16 gigabytes of RAM. W530, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM in this one. It also has a custom keyboard, if you notice that. I took the T420 keyboard and I installed it in this W530. So that is a fun option to have. You know, the keys are just more comfortable to type on. They're kind of like the desktop style keyboard. So if you learn to type on a desktop, this might be something that you would like to have, is one of those T420 style keyboards. Now, this one, X220T, has the same type of keyboard as the T420. So it is a tablet, it's a touch screen, it has a pen stylus on the side, and it's just all handy to have. You can actually flip it around like this, and then you can simply fold it like so, and then you have basically a handheld tablet where you can walk around and you can draw or do illustrations on or take notes. And then, of course, I have a ton of batteries back there. I'm still checking some of these. I've checked some other ones. Hopefully, I'll be able to salvage them all. I mean, you know, it's obviously not ideal, but I'm going to do what I can. So if this ever happens to you, I thought I would share the video today just talking about what you should do. Immediately, dry them off with a towel. Then throw them in a bag of rice, or you could check them with a multimeter. What you want to avoid is you want to avoid charging them. You want to avoid trying to power on a computer with them because you don't want to cause any risk of short-circuiting anything. So definitely throw them in a bag of rice. Try and pull out that moisture. What the rice does, it actually soaks up the moisture, so you can hopefully pull out it before it actually does any type of corrosion or damage. So that's the idea anyway. You could do the same if your phone gets wet. Here is actually a dock. So if you haven't seen one of these, this is a dock. Actually, these laptops will actually sit right on top of it and connect right here, giving you access to additional ports. Let's go ahead and check out the flood. I'm going to cover that camera up just temporarily, just to prevent showing the entire house. So up here, this is what happened to me today. The flood came from this pipe over here and made its way over, and my desk and desktop was directly below it. So my desktop got pretty wet, but hopefully I may be able to salvage that. Otherwise, I do have a backup motherboard for it, but we'll see what happens. So even my monitor got a little wet. So yeah, it's been a rough day, but I thought I would take advantage of the moment to show you guys what you might have to do in the case of a flood. It's also another reminder. Do not store anything on the floor. Now, my stuff wasn't on the floor. It was in drawers that just so happened that the drips came down, and those drips actually made their way into the drawer. It was a stackable style storage, clear storage, similar to what you find at Walmart and other places. So yeah, it's been a rough day, but I thought this video might help some people, so thought I would share how to check a battery with a very simple, easy to use multimeter. So go ahead and check out that multimeter if you want. I'm not sponsored or anything, just sharing what has been useful to me today. So at this point, of course, we're gonna get this fixed. I'm gonna get this pipe fixed, which we had a plumber I had come out earlier to stop the leak, and then we're gonna get the ceiling redone. But yeah, not the best day, but hopefully this video can help you in the case of how to respond to a electronic device of yours, batteries or phone or tablet or computer. Hopefully this can help someone how to respond. So go ahead and stick it in a bag of rice after physically drying it off. You can test it with a multimeter to see if it is still supplying power. And if the BMS is locked, well, you're kind of screwed because you need something that costs at least $1,000 to fix it. That's what I got today, guys. I hope this video serves helpful to someone. And I'll see you later with more on tech, how to protect your security and privacy.